and on we'll go through the wastelands.
Hey guys, Alex here, AG Automotive, and here today we've got a 2012 Subaru Impreza Wrx wide body. So let's check it out. Alright, so the wide body Subaru Wrx, and this is the premium pack as well, which does include leather, sunroof and an upgraded stereo, which we'll have a look at soon. So at the front here you've got the big Wrx scoop staring you in the face there, sucking in all that air. You've got this black and silver trimmed grille, and you've also got these wraparound headlights there, and the seems to be a signature thing for Subaru, the fog lights. And you can have a look at the wide body just to give you an idea there. Alright, so what are your thoughts on the hatch? Do you prefer that rather than the sedan, or are you more of a sedan person? Let me know. So the wheels on this particular Wrx were 17-inch wheels, and this one's had an upgrade to 18s, and they're gold hustlers. If you have a look, it's written upside down. I'm sure you can make out what it says. Now I do like the gold and blue on the Wrx's, sort of that signature rally look. So up here, like I said before, with the premium package, you do get the sunroof. A nicer addition, I think, to the Wrx. And another thing I wanted to just point out was these vents here. Well, I can tell you that they actually work, unlike some cars where there's just plastic and nothing else. There's actually no airflow through. So we come around to the back here. You've got the clear rear tail lights there. You've got the symmetrical all-wheel drive. You've got the Wrx badge there, and then further down you do have this diffuser and this quad exhaust system, and it's got the blue tips as well, so I think yeah, it just gives it that uniqueness. You don't see many of them running around in this combination. Alright, let's go and have a look inside. Alright, just in the Wrx. So, first impressions, it's reasonably sporty. You've got the nice leather seats being the premium pack, and you've got the red leather stitching all around the seats, the door trims and the steering wheel. So it's a bit more racy. So, to the right of the steering wheel, we do have some buttons there. You've got your adjustment for your illumination on the dash. You also have your mirror controls, and you've got your traction control button there as well. Now, the steering wheel itself, it's okay. It's got the red leather stitching, like I said before, and you do have your audio controls on the left and your cruise controls on the right. Alright, so the dash. So you got this big tacho staring you in the face. You got the speedo to the right and your fuel and your temperature on the left. Now, if I go into the settings on the dash, you can see you got your odometer there. And then if I push it once, you get the trip A and you get trip B, and that's it. There's no fancy gadgets or settings in this. You get what you get. So I'll move to the above the media center. You do have a little gauge there with the current temperature, your liters per 100 and the time of day. So we'll come to the media center. Now, this being the premium updated Subaru, you do get leather seats, a sunroof and an updated stereo. So just how updated is it? Well, let's have a look. So we're in the info. Now you've got your fuel consumption there. You've also got your trip computers, You do have this triple gauge setup, which I quite like the look of. You got fuel consumption, litres per 100, and the percentage of acceleration. Also, you can input your maintenance. I suppose that's a good thing in a way. And you get a calculator. I'm not too sure what you need a calculator for, but anyway, you get one. But so I don't mind we'll leave it on the 3 gauges since I don't mind that. Now you've got FM, AM, and you can also play video through this. Something a bit different. So we go over to the mapping. Now it's got its own navigation. Just go into the menu there. You've got a few menu buttons there, or you can have a look at the map itself. And again, it's easy to use, as there was no Apple CarPlay or Android Auto to plug your phone into back then. So further down, you do have your single zone climate control, and then further below that you have a 12-volt plug and some storage there. So you got your manual gear selector. Behind that is your handbrake, proper handbrake, not like these finger brakes. You got twin cup holders, and you've got your auxiliary plugs and a 12-volt plug in there as well. So over to the glove box. Now you've got your service books there. You probably ought to fit a couple more iPads in there as well. Alright, and we'll come over to the sunroof. So we'll just open that up for you. It's nice, let a bit of air in. And you can tilt it up or down as well, should you wish. Alright, let's go and have a look in the back. Alright, just in the back of the WRX. So, first impressions is, it's not hugely roomy in here. Now, I'm 6'1" or 185 centimeters. And if you have a look, I do have a bit of headroom, which is great. And this seat's set up for me, and my knees are actually touching the seat, and the leg and foot room is just okay, not the greatest. So, I do like how they've continued with the leather and the red stitching for the rear passengers, and that's pretty much all they get. So you do have ISOFIX spots, 2 there and 2 behind me, but there isn't any rear armrest for the rear seat occupants, unfortunately, as it's part of the seat. So where do you put your cups? There is 2 cup holders in the door, each door there, and unfortunately you don't get anything like USBs or things like that for the, or power outlets for the rear passengers. You do get some map pockets or iPad pockets, I think they call them now, only on the passenger. The driver's one doesn't get one. That's a bit of a shame. Yeah. Alright, let's go and have a look in the boot. Alright, just in the back of the WRX. So here we have a bit over 500 litres of boot room, and you can fit more in this than you can in the sedan. If you fold the seats down, it's got 60/40 split fold rear seats. And then if I lift up the carpet, you can see you've got your space saver spare and your breakdown tools there as well. Alright, let's go and have a look under the bonnet. Alright, just under the bonnet of the WRX. So here we've got a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine, and it produces 195 kilowatts of power and 343 newton meters of torque, and that's mated to a 5-speed manual transmission driving all 4 wheels. And Subaru's fuel consumption combined is 10.4 litres per 100. Alright, let's go for a drive. Alright, just going to go for a drive in the WRX, so let's go. Alright, so vision out the front is really good straight ahead. Towards the passenger side, it's actually the rear vision mirror sort of blocks my vision a bit, which isn't too good. And speaking of rear vision mirror, it's actually got quite a big window, so I'm happy with that. Now vision out the sides, really good. You get big windows all round, and the mirrors are square and you get a good field of vision. Now just driving this around, I'll be honest, the steering wheel is too low. Now I've got the seat at its lowest point, and the steering wheel is, because it's quite low, when I go to change gear, my left foot hits the bottom of the steering wheel, so I'm not really impressed with that. Maybe it's not meant for big people like me. But I also wanted to talk about the wear of this WRX. Now this is 10 years old, and the wear factor of it, it's wearing really well. Because it's got a lot of hard plastics, there's really not a lot that's sort of, other than fading or possibly cracking, it doesn't seem to, it seems to be holding up quite well, which I'm pretty impressed with. And of course you've got the signature Subaru noise from that Boxer. Always puts a smile on your face, or does for me anyway. Right, so how does the WRX go? Well, let's find out. Wow, like a WRX should. Yeah, no, it's certainly, once it gets on boost, at about 3,500, it just wants to take off this thing. It's very very nice. All-wheel drive, get the grip and the power, lightweight. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Alright, thanks guys.